Well, we made it. I think we beat Connor home.
Hmm.
You're not upset, are you, Martha? You haven't said 2 words all the way.
I'm sorry, Blake. Maybe I'm coming down with something.
You can't. You have to go to the Halloween dance.
I'm not going.
Oh, yes, you are.
I don't have a date.
You do now. So hurry inside and play sick for Connor.
What?
You've got the flu, remember? I'll see you later, okay?
Okay. Bye, Blake.
Martha watched him go, wishing she'd thought of some excuse to ask him in, at least to wait with her until Connor got home. She let herself in and leaned against the wall. The house was swathed in shadows. Silence echoed around her.
Damn you, Connor. Why couldn't you be here? I'll be okay if I can just forget what Blake said about Dennis and get some lights on.
She found a switch, and the hallway stretched ahead of her like a dim tunnel. Martha saw the heavy draperies at the opposite end, the slight stir of velvet.
No. There are no such things as ghosts. No such things as evil houses. No.
She hurried past the yawning doorways up to her room and slammed the door. Then she forced herself to start getting her things together. This would be a perfect time to change rooms, she thought, like Connor had said.
What was that? Something on the stairs. It's coming along the hall. Connor? I guess it's nothing.
She put on a tape, turned it up loud, and curled up with the pillows on her bed. This particular song was one of her favorites, a love song. It made her think of Blake, warm and strong beside her, his lips on hers. And she was lulled into sleep. Martha didn't know how long she slept, but somewhere in half-consciousness, she knew something was strange. She realized she'd had another nightmare, where eyes had been watching her from the unfathomable darkness. Then it was a presence, more frightening than the eyes, malevolent, almost inhuman. Martha's eyes flew open, but she couldn't move. She lay still, trying to figure out what was wrong. And then she knew. The light was out, and the tape had stopped. She turned her head slowly towards the closet. It was open. There was someone standing there. In a flash of lightning, she saw the cold glint of eyes.
Dear God, he doesn't know that I'm awake, that I can see him.
She snapped on the lamp, but even as the light filled the room, Martha knew she would find the closet empty. Nothing was there but the memory of a waking nightmare and her own few clothes.
Connor, where are you? You've got to come home.
Elizabeth,
I know I've been...
don't you like being in the house alone?
Who is this?
You're mine, Elizabeth. Trick or treat.
Martha raced downstairs to the front door and made a grab for the doorknob, but it was already turning. The door swung open.
Hi there.
Connor, where were you? Why weren't you here?
Oh, I had car trouble. Why?
The phone. He knew you weren't here. I think he was in my closet. Oh, you couldn't care less.
All this and the flu, too?
What flu?
The flu they said you had at school?
I did. And Blake happened to come by when I was feeling sick and was good enough to bring me home.
Yeah, I'm sure you feel much better now.
At least he cares how I feel. I'm going down to my room. Just leave me alone.
Suit yourself. I'll start dinner.
What have I ever done to deserve all this? Something was in here. Someone. It was a human shape. I know it. He must be out there now, watching. He has to be. Blake said Dennis would tell Elizabeth things he'd seen her do. Like he'd been watching the house. Where would he have been hiding? Behind any of those hundreds of trees. Or in the graveyard. I've got to cover this window. Where are the tacks? I got to get this blanket up. Nail anything.
Suddenly, the lamp quivered, its light skittering across the ceiling. This time, Martha knew it was real. The soft creaking sound, the squeak of hinges, the slide of wood against the floor. In the corner of her eye, she saw the closet door move, saw the feet step silently out of the dark.
Oh, it's you!
Did you know there's a secret passageway from the butler's pantry off the kitchen straight here to your closet?
I hate you, Connor. I loathe and detest and despise you.
Oh, come on now, Martha. Don't be nice. Tell me how you really feel.
Ooh!
Well, don't you at least want to explore it?
I've had enough of your jokes, sneaking up here, making sick phone calls, hiding in the woods. You know, you're one sick person, Connor.
You don't even know me. You don't know anything about me.
I know about as much as you know about me.
You like the poems of Emily Dickinson and rock music and Mexican food and making brownies. Red's your favorite color. You had lots of friends in Chicago, especially a guy named Ken. And you're afraid everybody thinks you have an overactive imagination.
They do think it.
Wrong. I don't.
And you didn't come into my room before? Or watch from the window? You swear?
Cross my heart.
The scarecrow. That was the first thing. And then one night outside, I thought I heard crying. I thought someone was there, watching.
What, crying? Where?
In the woods. Then that night, you smelt smoke. I thought I saw the closet door move. And then there was a shadow on the wall in my room, and then he stood in front of my window.
You know, I can't decide which is more fascinating. Living in an evil house or having a baby sister.
Listen to me! Do you believe in the dead coming back to the scenes of their tragedies?
Maybe.
Well, they never found Dennis's body. What if I do look like Elizabeth?
You don't.
How would you know?
That day I went to the newspaper office, I saw a picture. You both have blonde hair, but so what? Lots of people have blonde hair.
It's just that, well, you know, Blake went out with her.
Yeah? I'm sure Blake's gone out with every girl in Bedford.
Look, why are you even talking about Blake?
You were talking about him.
Well, I don't want to anymore. Look, Elizabeth was getting phone calls. So am I. She was watched. So am I. And there's a feeling in this house. I know I'm not imagining it.
You're not. I feel it too.
Why didn't you tell me you felt it?
You were so upset about everything. I didn't want to make it worse.
It's been hard for you too, then.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm sorry. I didn't even dream
Martha, I didn't start that fire. I'm sure of it. And I didn't close the kitchen door. And that cemetery. I know this sounds crazy, but I think I was led there.
By what?
I don't know. A feeling. An overpowering insistence. I just couldn't ignore it, that's all.
The mausoleum. There was something there that upset you, right?
There was a feeling of danger, of finality.
Connor, it was a tomb in a cemetery. You can't get much more final than that.
Maybe this old house has other hiding places besides the passage behind the closet. Maybe the house really is haunted, but not by the kind of ghosts people expect.